Hi everyone and welcome to this new speed build in The Sims 2. So for the past few weeks, I've been seeing so many people go back and play The Sims 2 that it made me want to go back and play this game again as well. And I decided that I was going to start a new series in The Sims 2, or at least I decided. I just wanted to create a couple of Sims and then I decided to build for them a house and I recorded it, and I was actually quite curious to play with their lives, and I thought that I could just record me playing with them and share that gameplay with you guys. So there's going to be a new series on the channel, and I really wasn't expecting to start a new series so soon. Because even though I have been thinking about starting a new series in The Sims 2 for a little while, I didn't want to start it right away because I didn't want to have too many series going on at once. But I just wanted to play The Sims 2 finally. I've been stopping myself, or trying to avoid at least starting a new series, but I just couldn't resist. And plus, seeing so many people go back and play The Sims 2 again, and that, as I said, made me want to play this game again, that I went back and there we are. So this is the house that we will be using in this series, and as you may have seen, there is only one bedroom and one bathroom in that house, although I think it's going to be quite easy to expand on it because, as you can see, we still have the entire right side of the lot to expand on, even though I was thinking making this area as the garden area for the house. And I wanted to place some fences, but it ended up being a little bit too expensive. So I think this is going to be the first improvement that I will be working towards doing that series, to try and place some fence around the garden area. But as I said, I think it's going to be quite easy to expand on that house because you can maybe just extend a little bit more the house on the right, and even though it's going to make the garden area a little bit shorter, it's still going to be quite a good space to have maybe a garden or maybe a telescope or just a barbecue area. And we can also maybe add on an upstairs to this house, but I really wanted to go for this kind of cottage look for the house and, you know, have it look a little bit old and maybe just renovated but still have this old look to it. And the inspiration for that house comes actually from a starter house that you have in River Blossom Hills, although I'm actually building this house in Desiderata Valley, which is the world, or the neighborhood actually, in The Sims 2 that came with Free Time. And if you don't know, Free Time is actually my favorite expansion pack of all time in the entire Sims franchise, and I just love this expansion pack, and I wanted to play in Desiderata Valley because the community lots that you have in this neighborhood are very fun to play in and to go to and visit, just to play around with the hobby system that I love in The Sims 2. But that series is not going to be focused only on Free Time, it's just going to be playing The Sims 2 and play with as many things as we can in that game. So this speed build, I actually built it in 2 times. The first part, in a way, of that speed build, I just built the main shape of the house. I worked on the exterior a little bit, I did the landscaping, as you can see. Although that tree that is just in front of the house, I'm going to remove it because I will realize that even in live mode, the tree just stays in the way, and it's a little bit annoying to have to try and go under the tree, if that makes any sense. You know, it's just in the way of us seeing what's going on inside the house, basically, so I'm just going to remove it. And I'm just basically just doing the basic shape of the house, and then I moved in The Sims to work with the fonts that they had, and I was actually quite surprised with how much money they had, because I thought that in The Sims 2, The Sims started off with a little bit less money than they do now in The Sims 4. Because in The Sims 4, when you start a new game, your Sims have 20,000 simoleons, and for some reason I thought that in The Sims 2 the Sims had 17,000 simoleons or maybe 18,000 simoleons. And here the Sims had 25,500 simoleons, but yet again, there were 2 Sims in that household plus a dog, so maybe this is why they had so much money. But I decided to move the Sims in so that I could furnish the house without having to use any cheats and without having any problems for them to move into the house. So I'm not sure that I will be able to upload that house on the internet for you to download and place in your game, but I will try to look up and see how I can do that, because I don't know if I can actually upload a house or just save a house on my library with the Sims in it, or maybe just without the Sims in it. I don't really know how to do that. I'm still kind of a noob in The Sims 2, even though I've played this game for maybe 16 years now, although there was this break when The Sims 3 came out, and then when The Sims 4 came out, there was this little break where I actually didn't play The Sims 2, but eventually I always end up going back to this game for some reason. But here is actually when I finally moved The Sims in, and so you might actually catch a glimpse of who they are, or actually of what they look like, although it's very brief. And here I'm actually starting on furnishing the interior of the house, and I decided to go with this IKEA kind of look, which is actually a real stuff pack in The Sims 2, and I just love this expansion pack. I use it all the time. Although, as you will see, I will be using a lot of CC in this build, and even in the game kind of. But if I manage to upload the house on the internet for you to download, you will get all of the CC that I've used in this house with the house. This is one of the cool things with The Sims 2, is that when you download a house that uses custom content, you can actually get the custom content with the house, which is actually really cool. So here I'm working on the bathrooms, and as you can see, I've placed a counter just next to the bathtub, and I still need to play and test the bathtub and see if the Sims can actually use it. Because I know that with The Sims 4 and The Sims 3, I think, the Sims can actually use the bathtub if you have something just next to it. All you have to do is place this item on the other side of the faucet of the bathroom or of the bathtub so that the Sims can actually enter the bathtub. But I don't know if this works as well in The Sims 2. I need to test it out. And plus, as I said, the family has a dog, and I don't know if the dog can get into the bathtub whilst there is the counter just next to it. So I need to test it out. And I need to test it before I manage to even just upload the house on the internet, because I really don't want for you guys to encounter this issue. But as you will see, or maybe as you can already see by now, I will be using a lot of whites in this house and a lot of very simple and kind of modern furnishing, and that's because I have been looking to, or actually I've been looking on YouTube and on the internet for some inspiration of furnishings and organizing small spaces, because I've been redoing in some ways my apartment, because I've been living here for quite some time, and even though I thought that I was going to be moving out this year, this is actually not going to happen, unfortunately. So I decided to just redo almost entirely my apartment, and I got some new furnishings and some new I actually got a new dresser, a new bookshelf, a new bed, and these for very cheap, by the way, which was really cool. I think I renovated almost my entire apartment for under 200 euros, which is nothing. I don't know how much it makes in dollars, but it's very cheap. And as I said, I've been looking for some inspiration on how to organize all of my stuff in such a small space, because I'm living in a studio apartment. And that actually inspired me also for the furnishings and for the interior decorating of this house. So I went for something very IKEA looking and very modern and simplistic, almost minimalistic, although you can still see a lot of plants and a few knickknacks here and there just for The Sims to, you know, to make this space as if people have been living in here, basically. But yeah, I'm actually really happy with how this house turned out, and I'm so happy and excited to finally have a new series in The Sims 2, and I hope that you guys are too. But I'm actually going to leave you here, so hopefully there will be a link in the description for you to download this house on the gallery. In any case, there will be soon on the channel a new video in The Sims 2 and a new series starting soon. I'm saying soon so much. Sorry about that. But yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you will enjoy what's coming up soon on the channel. And yet again, I said soon. Sorry. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you in the next one.